And then when you're ready, we are going to lie down today again. If you want to, you can take the soles of your feet together like we did last week. And this week, if you'd like to, you can also take your arms kind of over your head. But I would just see how that goes. Sometimes raising your arms over your head can kind of arch your back a little bit, and it might not feel that comfortable. But if it does for you and it gives you a nice stretch across your chest, then just take it. So soles of the feet together if you want to, and then arms either hands on your low belly by your sides, or as I said, if you do want to take your arms over your head, then just stretch them over. Just notice how it makes your lower back feel. And then just taking a few moments, just at the start of class, coming away from your morning, just beginning to draw your attention inwards. Start to become aware of your breath, just allowing the breath to just move smoothly in and out through your nose. As your breath becomes more even, just noticing your body here, just how it feels. And if you do feel areas that are tight, you can always adjust your position, or maybe draw your breath towards those areas and see if you can soften it a little. In today's class, we're going to practice looking at the chakras. So chakras, if you can imagine them like either wheels or kind of spinning vortex, and they're situated through areas of our body, mainly our torso and our head. And they move energy up through the body. As it moves up, if any of the chakras are blocked in any way or not moving as efficiently as they can, then sometimes it can result in us feeling out of sorts, either physically or mentally. And so what we're going to do today is just with our yogasana, try to stimulate the chakras and ensure that they're moving. So most asana target more than one chakra, so they're not always going to be just one. But as you're lying there, maybe just think about them. So at the bottom of your spine, the lowest part, so towards your tailbone, is the root chakra. And each of them have a different colour as well. So the root chakra is red in colour. And then as we move up, just very slightly towards the pelvic area, pelvic floor, then we have our neck chakra, which is called the sacral chakra. And the colour of that is orange. Moving up towards your navel chakra, your belly button, colour changes to yellow. And then moving up towards your heart, you know, this beautiful blue-green colour. Moving up towards the throat, the colour changes to definite blue. And then up towards the third eye, so the space between your eyebrows is indigo or purple in colour. And then the crown of your head, the crown chakra, either white or shining bright light. So when you're ready, we're going to begin to move. So you can move your arms now if you've got them overhead. Just using them on your legs. Just gently press the legs back together once more. And then from there, we're just going to lengthen the legs along the ground. So start again to feel the chakras pressing down. So that root chakra, start to maybe lift the pelvic floor and draw your belly in here. Spread the arms, so you're opening up through your chest. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to draw the belly in. And we're going to start to just lift one foot just a little bit off the ground. As you exhale, lower it down. We'll change sides, so just lifting through the other leg. So we're not lifting it high, trying in fact to lift it really low so that we can really engage to the center of our body. So we draw the belly button to your spine, we lift the pelvic floor, and there's a very little lift of the leg as we lift the more. We're not trying to lift the leg way up into the sky. See if you can lift it just an inch or two off the ground and then release it down again. Really trying to engage to the muscles in your torso and the lower belly and keep the lift as small as you can imagine. We'll just take one more of these on either side, so just moving in your own time. And then when you're ready, we'll release the legs down. And just bending your knees, draw your knees towards your chest. As your knees come in, you're going to take one hand on either knee. You're going to circle the legs round, but both of your knees go out at the same time and then back together. So we circle out and back in. One hand on either knee, just very gently checking in on your hips. Okay, when you're ready, we'll change directions, just moving the other way. Again, start to circle round. Just moving and breathing. When you're ready, come back in towards the center. So we're just going to move up now. So if you do want to roll over onto your side, do that. Or take your hands behind the back of your thighs and just roll yourself up to a sitting position when you're ready. When you come up, we're going to come to a wide leg child's pose. So you can make your way into that. So we have our knees just as wide as you feel comfortable. So the wider the knees, then the more stretch in your inner thighs. Big toes together. And then just start to settle yourself down. So if you want to use a block underneath your hips, or you want to grab a block and place it under your head, then do that. Start to sink into that child's pose. So again, let the hips release back a little bit towards your heels. We are going to stretch the body here. So when you're ready, we're going to come up onto your fingertips and your hands. And as you do that, if you come up onto your fingertips, the upper arm should lift off the ground. I'm going to take your right arm underneath your left, and then we're going to lay down onto that right shoulder. If you can get your right ear down as well. If you want to, you can stretch your left hand further away. For that compression in the shoulder, just stretching out to the back of your shoulder a little. We'll make our way back up when you're ready. Just press yourself up, come back up onto your fingertips, and we'll do the same on the other side. So left arm underneath the right. You can start to see if you can lay down onto your shoulder, lay the side of your head down. Definitely use a block if you need to. Okay, when you're ready, come back up. Again, come up onto your fingertips. Now this time we're going to try and see if we can move a little bit through the upper back. So we're just going to start to circle round. It's mainly in your shoulder blades and the upper back. See if you can get a little tiny bit of movement as you stay up on your fingertips and rotate through your spine. And then when you're ready, just changing directions, just moving the other way. And you might just get a little bit of movement, you might get a lot. Okay, when you're ready, come back in towards the center. As you do that, we'll make our way into an all fours position. So start to come up onto your hands and onto your knees. As you do that, spreading your hands, knees underneath your hips. We'll just do a few cat-cow movements here. So I'm going to drop the belly and then start to pull forwards. And then on the exhale, the belly pulls in, you round through the upper back and shoulders. And start to move through it with your own breath. Just warming up a little bit through your spine. When you're ready, come back in towards the center. So again, drawing your belly in. Now this time we're going to extend your right leg behind you. So if you stretch it out, we're going to keep the toes of your right foot on the ground and we're going to push the right heel away from you. So we want to get that nice kind of feeling of stretch through that leg. Again, extending through your leg, stretching through your calf. Now from here, we're going to move just to the inside of your right foot. So just start to move over to the inside of your right foot. So press it down. If you want to with your left leg here, you could take it out to the side a little bit more. It kind of acts like a little bit of a kickstand. If you're okay with your leg here, then we're going to start to lift through your right arm. Just slowly start to lift your right arm up. So we're coming into this kind of side plank position. If you do want a little bit more here, you can lift your right foot up off the ground as well. So maybe flex it a little bit. Again, you can always place it back down if you need to. And ensure the arms are aligned. And then if you want a little bit more, take your right arm and just stretch it past your ear. Again, just increasing that stretch all the way through the side of your body. Well done. Okay, take one more inhale. Reach back up with your right arm and then place it on the ground. So with your right leg still lifted, you're going to swing it all the way around to the side. So you come onto the side of that foot again. And we want to try and align again your hip and your ankle. Now from here, we're going to, first of all, move forward. So you're going to walk your hands out in front of you. So as you walk out in front, you've got two options here. You can either treat it like Anahatanasana, so you could press your chest down, or you could treat it more like down dog and push up and out of your hands and push the shoulders back and draw your belly in. So wherever you feel that you need to stretch. If you need it more in your back, then come into the more down dog kind of feeling. Or if you want to stretch through your upper arms and your chest, then come into that Anahatanasana. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, we're going to walk your hands just back in, so towards your knees. And then we're going to lift your chest up. So just draw your belly in and lift up. As you come up, we're going to stretch your arms out. We're going to take a side stretch again. So just make sure this hip and foot is in line. And then lean over towards the right a little bit. And reach straight up, first of all, with your left arm. As you do that, if you wanted to, you could also just lean over even more. So taking it a little bit more into that side bend. But again, just check out how it feels. With what feels right to you. When you're ready, inhale back towards the center. Now we're going to go the other way. So again, if you need a block, just grab one. But we're going to move over to the left. Taking your hand down, either your fingertips or flat. And then either reach straight up with your right arm, or maybe start to extend the right arm, so past your ear again. Breathing into the sides. Breathing into that right lung. Okay, when you're ready, slowly come back up again, so taking your time. And then from there, release both hands down towards the ground. Now this time, we're going to step forwards with your right leg. So you've got a few options. You could bend your right leg in again and then just step forward. Or maybe you could just lift your right foot off the ground a little bit and swing it round towards the front. Just see how it feels. So as it comes to the front, you're going to bend your right leg. You're going to slide the left leg back behind us. And again, as you do that, try and make sure you're lifting your chest and your belly is pulled down. You can always stay here. Or tuck the toes under on your left leg and lift your left knee up off the ground. Again, keeping the hips just slowly sinking down here and the chest lifting up and the belly pulling in. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Then you're ready, slowly lower your back knee down. And then just step back with your right leg and make your way into child's pose. So you can take it wide-legged or just take it back, softening the arms this time, maybe crossing them over and dropping your head down. Just taking a moment, seeing how everything's starting to feel as you begin to warm up a little. When you're ready, we'll make our way back up, but just to all fours. Just come up onto your hands and onto your knees. As you come into this position, we're just going to this time circle round a little bit. If you move your body up over your wrists and then start to move back towards your heels. Again, once you get the rhythm that suits you, matching your movement and your breath, then just stay with that. When you're ready, we'll change direction in the opposite way. When you're ready, we'll make our way back into the centre. Again, as you come in, draw your belly in and step back with your left leg this time. So again, the toes are on the ground, the heel is pushing away. I'm just trying to get a little gentle stretch through the muscle of that left calf. So again, from there, we'll start to turn that foot, so to the inside of your left foot. Maybe moving your right foot out to the side a little bit. Start to lift your left arm up off the ground. Okay, just check out how it feels when you get there. If you want to lift your left foot off the ground, then start to flex it and lift it up a little. Always with the option to place it back down again. And then if you want a bit more, start to reach that left arm, so past your ear. Lifting through the side body, drawing your belly in. And on your next inhale, reach back up, so with that left arm, and then release the left hand down towards the ground. Again, we're going to swing the leg all the way around towards the side, laying that left foot down onto the ground, aligning it so your hip and your ankle are in line. And then we're going to walk forwards once more. So just start to walk your hands out. Again, pressing your chest down or pushing up and out of your hands, whatever feels the right stretch for you here. We're trying to stretch the whole of the back of our body. So we're trying to create space, if you like, for the chakras to be able to spin freely. When you're ready, we'll slowly start to walk your hands back towards your knees and then draw your belly in and lift yourself up. So we'll take that side stretch again. So we're going over to the right, so just left even. So slowly stretch to the left. Take your left hand down and reach straight up with your right hand. Again, if that is enough for you, you can simply just stay there. Otherwise, start to lean a little bit. So just coming into kind of side bending stretch there. Just see how it all feels. When you're ready, come back up. So let's go the other way. So again, take it over to the side. Use a block if you need to. Either reach straight up with your left hand or start to again stretch it over and past your ear. Make sure you're not leaning forwards or back. As you inhale, rising back up once more. As you come back up, we'll release your hands down towards the ground. Again, we're going to move that left foot towards the front. So you could bend it in and just step forward as you normally do, or pick your left foot off the ground and then start to swing it round towards the front. Re-bending your leg as you come in. Just whatever feels best to you. Maybe slide your right leg back. And if you'd like to, you can tuck your toes and lift your back knee off the ground. Let the hips sink down, try and draw the chest forwards a little. So the belly pulls in and the chest lifts a little bit, kind of like our cobra. Okay, this time we are going to step back the way. So when you're ready, you're going to step back with your left foot, coming into that plank position. We are going to lower to the ground here. So you could just lower your knees down and then bending in your elbows, just lower yourself all the way down to the ground. When you get there, point your toes behind you, have your hands just underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, we're going to draw the shoulders back and we're going to start to lift the chest up a little without pressing too much on your hands. As you exhale, just slowly release all the way back down again. So do that again. So inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest forwards. Exhale, slowly lower. We'll do that one more time. So again, just take your time, working at your own pace, following your own breath. And release down. As you release down, we're going to move your hands down your sides. Now we're going to come in for our locust pose here, so Shalabhasana. So if you do want to have your palms facing towards the mat, then you can. And you can use your palms just to very gently lift your upper body again. If you want to, you can reach your fingertips back, so towards your feet. Or if you'd like to, you could interlink your hands behind the low back, and then lifting the upper back, lifting the hands a little off the back. If you do want to add legs here, you join your big toes together and see if you can feel kind of lengthening through your spine. So we're not essentially or focusing on lifting high, but we're just thinking about stretching. So from that crown chakra, right at the crown of your head, all the way down to the root chakra, the base of your tailbone, stretch it out. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Slowly release everything back down. This time, just release your hands and bring them in front of you, crossing them over. And then just lower your head just down towards your hands. Then just taking a moment, just noticing how everything feels. Okay, we're going to start to come back up again. So when you're ready, we'll move your hands just underneath your shoulders. Start to just press yourself up into an all fours position. So walking your knees forward, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to move to downward facing dog here. So you might want to walk your hands slightly in front of you. We'll tuck the toes and we'll lift the hips up. As you come into this downward dog, you might want to widen your feet a little bit. You could just simply bring the stretch into the upper body by just bending both knees just a tiny little bit. So as you bend your knees, start to then focus on the upper body. So pushing up and out of your hands, drawing your belly in, lifting your hips up. And again, creating more space in the back body so the chakras have room to move. Trying to keep that stillness with the knees bent. And breathing deeply. And then if you do want to pedal your feet out a little bit, then please do that. So just bending into one leg and then the other one. And then maybe lift both of your heels up again and then just very gently start to push the heels down towards the mat without feeling that you have to get there. You're starting to feel that stretch more in the back of your legs. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, lift both heels up again, and this time looking forwards, we'll just walk up towards the top of your mat. So take your time, when you get there, separate your feet hip distance. Either have your hands on your legs or allow the arms to release, or maybe take hold of opposite elbows, just whatever feels best to you. Keep the belly drawing in a little bit, just supporting your lower back. When you're ready, we'll release the hands back down again. As you inhale here, we'll start to lengthen your spine. So moving your hands up your leg, stretch the crown chakra forwards. As you exhale, just folding towards your legs. On the inhale, we're going to reach up. So we're going to rise all the way up to the top. So keep reaching with your hands. And on the exhale, we're just going to bow towards our legs again. So just folding all the way back down, bending into your knees as much as you need to. As you inhale here, lengthen forward, so stretch the spine. And on the exhale, folding back in again. As you inhale, reaching up, rising all the way up towards the top. And on the exhale, we'll bow towards the legs. So moving all the way back down towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching up, rising all the way up. And this time on the exhale, just draw the palms together, just in front of your heart. So just taking a moment here, just noticing how everything feels in your body. Noticing your breath again. And how you feel. When you're ready, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. So we are going to come in for our balance now. So we're going to do a tree pose today. And if you do want to move on to a half lotus position with your legs, then you can, but don't feel that you have to. So we're going to stand with your feet hip distance. We'll spread the toes on your right leg, on your right foot, bend your right leg, and then maybe just take the heel of your left foot just to rest onto that right ankle. Bring your hands towards the center. Start to find your gaze, a nice soft focused gaze, and your breath. You want a little bit more, start to move your foot up, so towards the inner part of your calf, or even towards the inner part of your thigh. But it's really entirely up to you, so you just work where you can. The most important thing is our breath and our soft focus. If you want to express that tree a little bit more, you can always reach your arms up, so you can take the hands above you in any variation of tree. If you do want to come into the half lotus, then we're just going to take hold of that left foot with your right hand, and we move it to the crease of your thigh, or somewhere close to that. Using your right hand, we just hold the foot gently. And then with your left hand, you can either bring it towards your heart center. You could reach it again up, or maybe you take that hand behind your back. Maybe grab a hold of the other arm, or if you can, the toe. Just wherever it works for you. Just breathing, focus, balance. When you're ready, we're going to slowly release. Take your time now to move in and out quite slowly. Bring your feet and your hands just back together. Closing the eyes and just starting to notice sensations in the body. Maybe any thoughts that you're having, just try and make sure they're kind. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So again, separating your feet, spreading the toes on your left foot and bending your left knee. Coming in with your right foot, so maybe just towards the ankle, maybe moving it up. Bring your hands towards the center. So how you move into that tree, as long as you do it slowly, listen to your body. So your body is giving you important information. You just have to make sure that we're open to that. Again, if you want to reach your arms, you can either do the same as you did before, or maybe this time you widen your arms, really entirely, whatever you feel is right. And again, if you want to try the half lotus, there's no pressure to do it, but you could take hold of your right foot. So again, just into your left hand, bring it up to the crease of your thigh, using that left hand to hold it. And bringing your right hand towards the center. Maybe reach it up or take it behind. But focus, breathing, being present. When you're ready, you slowly release. Take your time. Release it carefully. Bring your feet and your hands just back together. Settle into your breath again. Just notice any sensations you feel. When you're ready, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. So we're going to come in and do a few standing postures now. So we'll move towards the top of your mat. We're just going to do a little half sun salutation to move into this. And if you want to use a block for anything, so there's a side angle, then you can grab it and use it. So at the top of your mat, just finding Tadasana, Star Mountain pose. So feet together or apart. Spread the toes and lengthen the legs. Release the shoulders down. So when you're ready, on an inhale, we'll start to reach up with your arms. So maybe looking up towards your thumbs, if you like. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, so bending into your knees as you come down towards the ground. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, so moving up. And on the exhale, as you fold back in again, we'll take the hands then, and we'll step back with your right leg to warrior two. So as you come into warrior two, press the heel of the back leg down and start to rise up just in your own time. So the toes of your back leg face towards that long edge. We're going to open up through your chest. We're reaching through your fingertips. Try and get that sense of opening through your hips. So drawing your left knee open a little bit. And your right hip, give the glutes a little squeeze. So you're opening through the hips on that side as well. And the tailbone, the root chakra presses down. And open the chest a little bit. So see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. So opening up through the heart chakra in the center of your body. Breathing deeper. And we're going to keep these legs and that open hip as we move into the reverse version of this. So taking that right hand down, lifting up through your left hand. So you might just lift it up. Again, if you want a little bit more, like we did previously, you can start to lean into it a little bit more, but without changing the position of your legs. And again, as we do that, we create all this space in the front of our body for the chakras to be able to move freely, and the energy moves freely as well. So keeping this sense of space, we are going to move into side angles. So come forwards as if you're coming to warrior two. And then moving forwards, we'll lay that left forearm down. And your right arm, if you can, just stretch it past your ear. If that feels too much, you can always bend it and take it behind your back and use that to open the chest a little bit more. But keep that sense of spaciousness in your body as you work here. If you do want to go down further, you could have a block to the inside of your left foot, or use your hand and take it down to the ground. Again, keep spinning the chest open. Keep feeling that the energy is moving through the side of your body. So all the way from that right back foot, all the way up through the right leg and the right side, and all the way through your fingertips if you're reaching forwards. Okay, let's take one more inhale. When you're ready, draw yourself back up. So pull your belly in, lift yourself back up again. And when you get there, you can just release your hands if you like and straighten through your left leg. Now your left toes are turned out. We're going to turn the right toes out as well. So coming in for goddess. So with both feet turning out, again, you could adjust. So if you feel that your legs are too wide or too narrow, do that. But turn the toes out a little bit. Keep your shoulders over your hips and bend into your knees a little. So pressing the knees open. We'll take the hands onto the thighs today. Now from here, we're going to start to move your right shoulder over towards the left thigh, but try and keep your hips and your legs still. So as you breathe out, just start to rotate over, right shoulder moves. Inhale back into the center. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So just lengthening your spine, move your shoulder over. Inhale, draw it back into the center. Let's do that again. So taking that right shoulder, lengthen your spine. Inhale to the middle. Good. Let's do that one more time. So again, creating all that space in your body, draw it back to the center. As you come into the center, just finding that goddess pose again. And maybe reach up with your arms. Again, you do not have to. If you feel that you want to keep your arms down, then definitely keep them down. So shoulders over hips, chest opening a little bit, knees opening a little bit. Okay, let's take one more inhale. When you're ready, slowly bring the hands down towards your heart center and then just straighten through your legs. Very nice. Okay, from there, we're going to turn your left toes just up towards the top edge of your mat again, and then rebending your left leg. We're going to take the hands all the way down towards that left foot, turning them to the toes of your right leg. So we come into this lunge again. As you come into it, you could lower your back knee to the ground. So if you feel it's too much, then lower it down. We're just going to take a little twist here. So we're going to keep your right hand either on the ground or the block. Your left hand on your left knee, if you like, start to rotate your chest round, or maybe reach and open through your left arm. Kind of lining the left arm over the right arm as you rotate round. So we're trying to open up through the chest. Good, breathing deeply. And keep the hips nice and still. Well done. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. When you're ready, release both hands all the way back down to the ground. We'll tuck the toes under on your back leg, so we'll lift the back knee up off the ground. And then we're going to step up towards the top of your mat. So just bending into your legs, step forwards. As you inhale here, lengthen forwards through your spine. On the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, we'll reach up. And on the exhale, we'll just draw the palms together, just in front of your heart. Maybe just take a moment there. So just being aware of the sensations in your body. Maybe your breath has changed a little bit, so maybe start to draw yourself back into that even breath. And then we'll prepare for the other side. So we'll release the arms again in Tandasana. So make sure that you feel comfortable in that position. Spreading your toes and lengthening your legs. Release the shoulders. So again, as you inhale, we'll take that stretch up through the sides of your body, maybe taking a tiny little back bend. On the exhale, folding forward, so bending into your knees if you need. Inhale, lengthens, stretch the crown chakra forward. And on the exhale, we'll take the hands down and we'll step back with your left leg to warrior two. So the heel is down, toes face towards the long edge. Start to move up in your own time. So you just move in your own way up to that warrior two position. Taking your time, making sure that it's the right position for you. And even when you come up, you can definitely change your leg position. So see how it feels. But without fidgeting, so find your place and then just stay with that. Keep opening gently, working the muscles, engaging where you need to. And a steady, focused gaze. So again, we're keeping these legs, but we're going to reverse it. So taking that left hand down, right hand turns up. So maybe just reach up. Again, if you can keep pressing into that leg and you can lean back a little bit more, then do that. But just see how it feels to you. So we're not only opening up for the chakras, we're also opening up for all these kind of essential organs that are in the side of our body, the front of our body. And we're also creating more space for our breath. So lengthening and stretching through the body. So maintaining that space, move back up to warrior two, and then move forwards into side angle. Take your time, laying your forearm, reaching with the other arm. Remember, this is not heavy. It's really light because we're keeping our core switched on. Good. Very nice. And creating even more space in the side of your body. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Start to rise up, so draw your belly and lift yourself back up again. So again, when you get there, you can just release your arms, straighten through your right leg, and as your right leg's turned out, turn your left leg out as well. So again, adjust if you need to. So when you come into this position, shoulders over your hips, start to bend into that body pose again, pressing the knees out, hands on your thighs. So everything kind of below your waist stays still here. As your right shoulder leans over towards the left, so we're just lengthening through the body as we take it over. Inhale, come back into the center, and then do the same thing on that left, taking your left over to the right. Okay, inhale, center. And then we'll do it again, so just take your time, see how it feels for you. And last time. Well done. Okay, when you're ready, come back into the center, into that goddess pose. Maybe this time just lift your arms out to the side, bending your elbows. And if you want to take a little chin mudra, just the thumb and the pointer finger, just very gently touch. So the chest is opening, the knees are pressing opening. Okay, just breathing deeply, tailbone down. Very nice. Okay, from here, slowly start to bring your hands towards the center. And then start to straighten through both of your legs. So turn your right toes up towards the top of your mat again, rebending into your leg, and then release both hands all the way down to the ground. So turning onto the toes of the back leg. So as you come in once more for this twist, your back knee can lay on the ground. So if you prefer to take it down and lower it down. So left hand stays on the ground. Right hand to right knee. Start to draw your chest around. Maybe open up through your right fingertips. So stretching all the way up towards the ceiling. And just check it out, see how it feels. Stacking the hands, opening the chest. Hips stay pretty stable here. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, release both hands down towards the mat. So as you come down again, we're just going to lower your back knee down, and then we're going to step back just into child's pose again. So take your time, put yourself down, release your arms, release your head. And any variation, so you don't bring your arms by your side. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to slowly come up. Take your time, just walk up onto your hands and walk your hands back towards your knees. We're going to come into a sitting position, so you can just swing your legs round towards the thumb. So we're going to do as our seated stretch today, Gomukhasana or half Gomukhasana if you'd like. So you really just have to work where you want to here. So we're going to be sitting first of all, and we're going to keep your right leg straight. So if you bend your left leg in, and then cross it over the top. Now, as you come in for Gomukhasana, the idea is to stack your knees. So if you can, as best you can, stack your left knee over the top of your right knee. And then if you can, and it doesn't matter if your knee's high, don't worry about it. Just try and stack them as much as you can. And then if you want to, you could take your left foot and then tuck it so it comes up the side of your right thigh as well. But again, see how it feels. So if you're staying here for half Gomukhasana, then we're going to take a twist. So your right hand is going to go to the outside of your left leg and your left fingertips go behind and we just twist round. If you wanted a full version, then your right leg has to bend in as well. So that right leg just pulls in to the other side of your thigh. And again, it doesn't matter if they're high or not. And we still do the twist. So that right hand to the outside of your left thigh and your left hand behind you. So Gomukhasana I've chosen because I hate it. It's really challenging for me. I have really quite tight hips, so it is a really challenging posture. But often the postures that are really challenging for us are the ones that we should do more often. Okay, so I don't mean you should go and do handstands and stuff, but you know, the ones that feel most uncomfortable, which this does to me by a long shot, are probably the ones that we just avoid. And again, we probably should just face them straight on and just try and conquer them. But obviously, if you're feeling pain, then you don't want to be in it. You want to come out of it as quickly as you can. But if it's just extreme discomfort, which this one gives me, then maybe we should use it more. Okay, when you're ready, back to the center. We're not finished quite yet. Okay, so hands here. You can either just stay here and just lift yourself up. If you can fold forwards, you're going to move your hands forward and see if you can release a little bit in the upper body. And use your breath. So when you come into that kind of feeling of I want to get out of here because it's really quite extreme, try and use your breath. See if you can soften. You can release the tension by focusing your breath on it. And if it should be a sharp, painful feeling, it should be a muscle which is stretching is what you want to be feeling. Okay, when you're ready, slowly come back up. So take your time, release yourself up. Release your legs towards the front. And then take your hands maybe behind you and very gently move side to side. So just a little easing off through the muscles. That can be a reward for holding it. So we're going to try that on the other side. So again, straighten your legs out. So we're going to keep the left leg straight this time, and we'll bend the right leg in. So for that half variation, just taking it over the top of your left leg and try and stack your right knee on top of your left knee somehow. And then if you want to, you can take your right foot and you can tuck it in a little bit more. So again, you could just stay here, moving your left hand to the outside of your right knee and taking your right fingertips behind you to come into that twist. If you're a masochist like me, you might want to bend the other leg, so you can bend your left leg in and come in and take that fuller version. Again, it's really up to you. Still taking that twist round. And breathing into any discomfort that you might feel, but being present enough and open enough to be able to just come out of it if it feels too much for you. Really fun. When you're ready, come back to the center. So just one final little bit. So again, using your hands, just draw your chest forwards a little bit, or start to walk yourself forward and release yourself into it. Whatever feels, I wouldn't say best, because none of it's going to feel that good, but whatever feels like the most bearable to you. Use your breath again.
Actually, see if you can let go. Sometimes we create a lot of our own tension in our muscles because we're a little bit scared of it anyway, which I probably am. Try and see if you can just let your muscles relax, your body relax.
When you're ready, slowly release the coming back up again. Release your legs out to the front. Again, if you want to move them a little bit side to side, just to release that, then please do. So we'll come in for Paschimottanasana. So we're going to straighten the legs out. Then sit on a block if you like. You can always use a strap if you want to here as well. Maybe separate your feet and bend your knees if you need to. So as you inhale, you take that big stretch up through the sides of your waist. And as you exhale, we're just going to fold in, so maybe hands onto your legs, your ankles, your feet in any variation, so you can grab your toes, whatever. Now, traditionally, in this stretch, we use it to stretch the hamstrings, so the back of the thighs. As we work in chakras today, if you want to, you could change the posture a little bit by bending both of your knees, and then you can start to move the stretch more into your spine. So lengthening the spine forwards. And again, as you lengthen it forwards, you might be able to straighten your legs again, but see if you can lengthen your spine forwards. Taking that space that we need. When you're ready, we can slowly come up. So you can release your grip and start to rise up. As you come up, we're going to come down into your backs. If you do want to use a block for your bridge today, then please do that. Otherwise, settle yourself down, bend your knees, have your feet flat onto the ground. You can either have your hands facing up or down. If you're using the block, just lift your hips and place your block underneath and then lower the hips down towards it. If you want to, you can keep pressing the hips up towards the sky. Again, it doesn't matter where you get to, but if you happen to be on your shoulders, you do want to move your shoulder blades underneath if you can, and then maybe clasping the hands, pressing through the upper part of your arms, and lift your chest high. When you're ready, we'll slowly release, so either removing the block or releasing your hands. Lower yourself all the way down. As you do that, draw your knees towards your chest. We're going to take a little twist here. We're going to keep your right knee in towards your chest and extend your left leg along the ground. And then using your left hand, draw your right knee over towards the left. So you might roll to the edge of your left foot. You do that, that's fine. And you can keep using that left hand if you'd like to press the knee down a little bit. Maybe stretch your right arm away and look along. When you're ready, slowly back towards the middle. Again, just draw both knees in first. This time, left knee stays in and your right leg extends away. Use your right hand, draw the knee over towards the right side. Pressing it down gently if you want. Stretch your left arm away. You can either look up towards the ceiling or look along your left arm. It's really up to you. When you're ready, we'll bring ourselves back in towards the middle.
Drawing your knees in towards your chest, and any final little movements that you want to make here. So we are going to move into Shavasana next. So if you do want to grab something warm or some socks or something, please do that. And then maybe just extending the legs and extending the arms. So just find a comfortable position when you get there. So just pay attention to how your body feels here. Not trying to change anything, but just simply noticing. Take a deep breath in. Just hold it for a moment. And then slowly breathe out. And just notice your breathing. Focusing on your breathing, allow your body to relax. When you're ready, create a picture in your mind of the colour red. Imagine red of all shades. You might picture red objects, a red landscape, or just a solid colour. Imagine all of the tones of red. Roses, bricks, apples. Enjoy the colour red. Now allow the colour that you're imagining to change to orange. Picture the colour orange. Infinite shades of orange. Flowers, pumpkins, carrots. Fill the entire visual field of your mind's eye with the colour orange. Visualize the colour yellow. See in your mind's imagination all of the various shades of yellow. Allow yellow to fill your vision. Lemons, flowers, autumn leaves. Imagine the endless shades of colour. Imagine yourself surrounded with the calming colour yellow. Immerse yourself. Let the colour that you're imagining become green. Fill your imagination with the colour green. Endless shades and tones of green. Plants, leaves, grass. Imagine being surrounded by beautiful green. All shades, from the lightest to the densest bright green. Now see in your mind the colour blue. Surround yourself with beautiful blue. Unending shades of blue. Water, sky. Imagine blue filling your vision. Enjoy the colour blue. Allow the colour in your imagination to become violet. Focus on the multitude of purples around you. Flowers, aubergine,
sunrise. Immerse yourself in the color violet. Enjoy violet. When you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale. So just through your nose. And then we're just going to sigh it out your mouth. You can do that again, just deeply inhale. And then let it go. And then we'll start to move a little bit. So just through your fingers and through your toes. And if you'd like to, maybe take your arms and stretch them over your head. And as you bring your arms back over, maybe start to bend your knees. Just whatever movement suits you and feels right. If you'd like to roll over onto your side, you can do that. And then just when you're ready, we'll just start to make our way up. So just take your time, move in your own way. Just finding a comfortable seat when you're ready. Bring the palms together, just in front of your heart. So just leaving a little gap just to signify an openness in your heart. So thank you so much for coming on and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our chakra practice that we did. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll just stop the recording and then you can mute yourself.